Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price, and that holds true every week. Happy New Comic Book Day, Thursday, to all of you out there. Welcome once again to another episode of the FOC Top 10, done by yours truly, the Bad Boy Nerd, aka J-Dub. I'm here again with special guest host, the man himself, the comic book Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Paul, everybody. Dr. Paul.
Thank you. What's up, y'all?
How's it going? Hey,
Great.
Yes, man, absolutely. So here's how we're going to do today's show. We weren't going to have a show today. I usually do one every other week. However, when I saw the list for this week, because I put my own list together, okay? Even if I don't
always do the work. Always do the work, even if he's not sharing it with everybody.
I'm always doing the work, even in the background. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put this week's list together, it was so juicy. I sent you a text. I said, hey, we got to do a show. We'll make it quick. We'll breeze through it. But we got to do the show.
Right.
There are some people, they like to get the jump on it. They want to get their list Thursday night rather than waiting for my list on Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here. We're actually.
He messaged me, y'all. He said, we got to do it. And I said, let's go. I want to see it.
Yeah, you want to see it. I can't wait to reveal it. It's a very good list. As a matter of fact, there were about maybe 12 or 13 books. There were about, I think I left off 1, 2, 4 books. So the list came out to 14 total.
That was your first cut.
I like to, it's got to be cut. It's the integrity of the top 10. So
Yep.
Yeah, FOC, Final Order Cutoff. It's the date to guarantee your orders that you got to put in with your shops. Also, you can order books online. Usually, if you order them online, you can get a nice fat discount, somewhere between 25 to 35%. We like to do this show. Dr. Paul likes to join. We do a top 10. We break down 10 books, not necessarily 10 books that you have to buy, but they're 10 books to put on your radar. Great covers, great variants, first appearances, and sometimes there are books that are lower on the variant alphabet, like a variant covered C like a covered D or E or F. So we like to highlight those as well. Usually you got to get those orders in as early as possible. So
it's books to pay attention to, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Books you don't want to miss. Books you want to be aware of. Even if, obviously there's folks, not everybody's buying all top 10, right? But there's, I like to look at the list and there's usually like between 2 and 4 that I'm like, that's
every week,
right? And I'm sure it's different for different people, right? But there's something I think for every comic book fan here.
Sometimes I get feedback for people on Instagram. They're like, dude, I like number 8. I'm like, okay, cool. Or, number 5 should have been number 2 or 1. I'm like, hey.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You've definitely put out lists where, like, my favorite book on the list was somewhere around 8 or 9.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. With that, honorable mentions. With that being said, we're just going to jump right into it and see what you guys like. Here we go. Top 10 is starting right now with number 10. Now, this right here is an amazing book.
Ooh.
I love this book. You're looking at Alice Never After. So Boom Studio last year put out a great book about Alice in Wonderland, and it's very dark. It's very dark and it's very humorous. And it was called Alice Ever After. Mm-hmm. This one is the follow-up. Listen, anyone out there who loves dark fantasy with a little humor, you got to check this series out. I love it. I love the artwork. I love the story, the writing. The covers are gorgeous. Jenny Frison does variants. She usually does the covers, the B cover and C cover variants. This particular variant right here is cover G, All right, this is an unlockable variant. So that means, I think if it's an unlockable variant, it means you have to order each cover A through to
One of
unlock,
each.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
to unlock the ability to get G. And there's also there's an FOC reveal cover, which is also beautiful as well. Now, the FOC reveal variants, you have to order that cover before the FOC. All right. So even after the final order, you can still order whatever's out there.
Right.
But for these books, you gotta request these prior to that date. Yes.
So this is Alice is now in public domain, right? So this is similar
Yes.
to like Alan Moore with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, where this is a writer with modern sensibilities using these characters that have been around over a century and doing their own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom put out, like, I guess immediately after she went into public domain, Boom put out an excellent series. It was actually one of my favorite series last year. Alice Ever After. So anyway, yeah, guys, definitely check that out. For those who haven't read the series, I want to put this on your radar. It's a very highly entertaining book. The covers are phenomenal. They're absolutely beautiful. The artwork, the interiors are beautiful. Dan Panosian does a wonderful job. And yeah, when I saw that this was coming back out, there you go. Cracks the top 10. This is unlockable. I will put more details on Instagram. When you read my Instagram top 10, I always add extra details to the.
That's like the show notes and links and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, check that out. And here we go.
Way to get it started.
It only gets better from here. I know. I think Mo's going to like this one. MA's in the house. And here we go with number 9. Yeah. Number 9 is Extreme Venomverse number 5. This is the awesome Peach Momoko Jeff the Land Shark variant. Everything about this is amazing. Everything about this. I think I want to say this, Dr. Paul. I don't know if you remember. It's Jeff came out, and I was saying, hey, guys, go get the Doali variant of It's Jeff. It was the number 5 pick. And I explained why I thought it would be a good book to grab. And I posted on Instagram. That book went up to about $15.
Yeah, this has been, there's a lot of fan interest in this character, and it's been it was a sleeper, right? I mean, you were talking about it, but I didn't really hear anybody else talking about it beforehand. And so I think it caught collectors a little bit by surprise.
Yeah. And it's funny because when you go to my page and read my notes, I put my notes up there because people want to know, well, why'd you pick this book? And my notes actually said it's going to be a medium print run. This is going to be the more popular cover. And I was like, there's going to be some niche collectors who love homages, and this cover is going to sell out quickly. And lo and behold, that is exactly what happened.
I think I just saw this on a hot list, actually.
Are you serious?
I think I did. But again, it's like, that's great, but it's after the fact, right? If they're watching you, then they know it before it's hot.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I remember when this book came out, I was like, hey, it's a pricey book. It's a double-sized book, but the pre-orders, you can get them for $4 if you pre-order them early. So I have 3 copies. I've spent about $4 a piece. But yeah, this book has been heating up. I think making an appearance on Extreme Venomverse is also causing this price to spike.
This is why I set it on a hot list, I think.
Yeah, because I noticed it was selling for around $7 and $8 like within the release. But as of the past 2 weeks, this book has jumped up to around $15 per copy.
Yeah, I think anytime Marvel's realized they got a little bit of a hit, they got some fan interest in it, they're going to try to build it and see what they can do with it. And when that happens, collectors who missed out, they go back, right?
Right.
So that's
and that is exactly that's the whole spirit of this show is trying to identify what's going to be hot way in
Yeah.
advance so you can get a jump on that. And yeah.
And this really works for Peach Momoko's style too.
Oh,
I
this is
think I've
maximum
seen some,
peach.
I've seen some of her covers where she's stretched a little bit and it's not as natural for her style. This is perfect.
Right.
Though.
This looks like she really took her time with it and she loved the final product.
Yeah.
With that being said, back-to-back variant hotness. What if Dark, Spider-Gwen, and guys, you know my routine. If it's going to be Rose Besh, if it's going to be sweet, it's going to crack the top 10. And here we do. Right here we have Juicy. This is classic Rose Besh right here. The classic graffiti style.
Yeah.
Jumps off the page.
Who inks this?
Dark, yes. What if Dark is going to be a great series? I've seen some of the early stuff for it. What do you think about this cover?
It's incredible. It really, you know, her favorite cover that I know of is that silk cover with the shoes.
That's right.
It's very reminiscent of that, right?
That's right.
Does she work digitally?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know what? I follow her. You can easily you can visit her page because every once in a while she does live drawings, live on Instagram.
Cool. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. But this right
one
here,
of the things that's really striking. Yeah, one of the things that's really striking is like the inking, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder. I don't know if inking is even like a viable term anymore with so much digital art being created.
Well, you know, I don't see inking. What you see is colorist.
Yeah. Wow, incredible.
Yeah, no, this looks like something you would see on the side of a subway train, and you're like, "Yo, that is amazing."
Exactly right.
Yeah, you're buying some great look. You're buying great artwork that comes with the story, basically.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Number 8 on this. And I tell you what, in terms of great covers, we are just warming up.
So again, just to remind the viewers, this is open order.
Yeah, everything's open order.
Variant. This is just a B, C, D, E cover.
Rose Besh, just Rose Besh.
Rose Besh variant.
Very cool. Yeah, gotta grab that one. And yeah, it only gets better from here. So you know, temper your excitement. Yeah, because hang on. No, because you know, at this point, like I said, when I saw the list, it was so incredible. The books coming out. I did not plan on doing a show today. Yeah. I was like, hey, we gotta do this show. Yeah. And
too good a list not to do.
Oh, it was amazing. Let's see. Let's load up the next one. Yeah, I mean, so far, what I've shown like so far, it just here we go. It gets better.
I'm just getting started.
You're not ready for this one, all right?
You're not ready. Okay.
No, you're not. That's just amazing.
What?
Listen. This is the book. This is the book that made me say we got to do a show. And then there's a couple of other books. This is one of them.
This is JTC.
All day, man. JTC has been on a tear lately.
I'm just gonna say JTC so I don't mess it up and upset you.
JTC, man. He's been on a tear lately.
Wow.
It was just 2 years ago was like exclusive artwork.
Yeah, but this is kind of it's a little different for him. It's clearly him.
Right.
But it's not the same cookie cutter stuff he normally does. I mean, we do have the negative space aspect, right? Which he's been doing a lot of.
Yeah.
But this is great.
Right.
So is this a relaunch? We getting a
Blade? This is the new Blade series. Yeah.
Oh.
Blade number 1. I don't know if it's going to be minimal dress or variant, but this is open order, and this is a striking. This could have easily been an exclusive, dude.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, this could have been a 1 in 10 or 1 in 25.
Absolutely.
Also, I feel like this could have been your number 1.
It could have, except for the fact that number 1 is incredible.
So I'm excited to see where we go from here. But
this is
since Blade has had his own ongoing. It's been a few years.
You know, Ferd used to tell me about that all the time. Like, for some reason, Ferd was collecting, like, 2000s Blade when no one else was, apparently.
Yeah.
I just wasn't aware that Blade actually had multiple series.
He has. In fact, he had one under the Max line, so rated R back in the day.
Nice.
And that's an excellent one too.
I love this. This almost has an action figure quality to it.
It does, definitely. Yeah, which is
JTC also does the action figure covers.
Those action figure covers, right? This looks a little bit like some of the action figure style with some of the negative space style that he's been doing, and it's a little bit of both.
That's a very astute observation.
Another thing I will say is to those that are looking for speculation opportunities, Marvel now coordinates their publication with their MCU rollouts and what's going on. We know Blade's coming back to MCU. He hasn't had an ongoing series in a while. They're relaunching this for a reason.
That's why the Silk #1 was so hot. That Nakayama, I told everyone to go grab the Nakayama. It shot up to what, $75, $100? It cracked everyone's top 10 list, as you say, after the fact. It was like it was number 7 or 8 on this FOC top 10. Yep. So yeah, Silk's coming out with her own series, direct tie-in to the story, as you say.
So we don't know anything about this story yet, but point being this, Marvel does this stuff now all in coordination. They're probably going to have something that ties into Blade's appearance in the MCU. They might be introducing new characters. This is probably going to be more than just a relaunch #1. It's probably going to be a key with some first appearances, most likely.
Could be. It's written by Brian Hill, who also wrote Killmonger. So
yeah,
it's going to be for the culture for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
love it. I love this.
Man, look. It only gets better from here.
You can't go wrong with black and red. Damn.
Oh yeah.
I want this outfit. Actually, I'll rock this outfit.
Yeah, Wayne. That's exactly. First of all, welcome to the show. That's exactly what we were saying. It's not as much negative space as he normally does. I think, like Dr. Paul was saying, he's tweaking somewhere between action figure and negative space.
I like it.
Mo, you're not ready. Trust me. All right, coming in at, and you know what? After you saying this, in hindsight, I threw this list together so fast. This probably could have been a little higher, but coming in at number 6. Woo! Get ready for it.
All right, hit me.
All right, we got Batter Blood. Now listen. Do you remember I said Batter Blood #1? Which cover did I say grab first? Scotty Young. Scotty Young sold out first. Yeah, they're selling on the open market. Some people are selling for $6 to $7. Everyone loves that Deadpool Scotty Young. Now we have Shatterstorm. She's got her own cover. This is open order. This is the Liefeld variant. Yes.
The original Rob Liefeld.
Yeah. Oh, it felt so much like I was 14 years old again reading this. Rob, if I can get you to watch the show, if I can get you, dude, I love your writing. It brought me all the way back to 92, 93, man. Oh, it was so good.
She sort of looks like she should have a few more pouches and such, but other than that, she looks period correct.
You said more pouches. I think that was definitely a creative decision to keep the pouches off of her. But she still got those giant shoulder pads, so we love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, first cover appearance of Shatterstorm. Depending on which side of the fence you're on, it's either her second appearance or her first full appearance. But yeah, this is a great series, well written, classic Rob Liefeld, everything. I absolutely love that first issue. It's hilarious. And here you do get Shatterstorm. All right. We're going to do number 5, and then we're going to take a short break and talk about your stuff. But before we get to that.
Perfect intermission.
Oh, yeah. Coming up on number 5, another heater. And this one, I'm telling you guys right now, put in your orders as soon as you can. All right. For number 5. This is just.
What?
Absolutely beautiful. Black Panther number 2. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. Salvador LaRocca. It just says LaRocca variant. I'm pretty sure it's Salvador.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the 1 in 25. Full disclosure, I ordered this like 2 months ago. So I got a good deal on it. Main cover features the new character Baisa, however you say it. Full page intro in Black Panther #1. Great story written by Al Ewing of all people.
Oh wow!
Great story. She makes a full page 4 or 5 panel appearance, but she's not named. So again, depending on which camp you're in, it was either her cameo or her first full appearance. I think it was her first full appearance because she actually affects the storyline. But number 2, this issue, this one's being targeted as her coming out debut. So whatever, buy it.
So what's rough here is, I normally say you got to have the cover with the character that has their first appearance, but good Lord, Greg LaRocca.
Yeah, Greg LaRocca. Okay.
I mean, they should just, what? All they need to do is put this image on their money, and nobody would ever invade Wakanda again. They would just be like, "Yeah, we don't want any of that."
Oh no, it would be way too intimidating.
Right?
Way too intimidating for sure.
I do like the cover A though. That's pretty cool.
Well, and the cover A, as you said before, usually people just go for the cover A, which is the main cover. Mm-hmm. Whatever the story is about, you get that content.
Yeah.
And you got the brand new character making her first cover appearance. The story's great.
You probably got.
Yeah, no, the story's great for anyone reading the story. It's actually, I mean, come on, man. We're talking about Al Ewing here. We already know his level of penmanship.
What issue is this? How far are they into this relaunch?
It just started. This is going to be issue number 2.
Issue 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was exactly a year and a half ago when Black Panther #3, written by John Ridley, introduced Tosin, which was issue 3 of that series, and the world went crazy. So
right.
Number 2 starts off pretty damn strong. It's already a great story, and yeah, man. So let's take a quick break before we we show those final books. Let's take a quick break and talk about what you got going on.
Good intermission, yeah. So most weeks I do 3 drops on the channel, and so I alternate weeks with conservation, comic book mending and restoration, archival stuff. And so one week will be 2 of those, an unboxing or a haul or something. The next week will be the other way around. So this week I wanted to just highlight one of my comic haul videos. I think you got it, yeah? Yeah.
So what did you pick up here?
These. Yeah, people seem to like these. So this was all Bronze Age. I guess maybe this one is right on the edge of Silver Age and Bronze Age. This is First Jarella. And this is a classic tale by Harlan Ellison with classic Herb Trimpe art. I think any Hulk collector needs to have this in their box. But if you slide ahead, I'll just give like short summaries like that of all the books. But okay. I found some really great. You remember Collector Crossroads there down by the Lakeline Mall in Cedar Park?
Not really. That's a little further.
Great Bronze Age. Yeah, it's a little far north for you, but they got in a great Bronze Age collection, and I was able to pick up some sweet books. So you'll like this one. This book, of course. This is the first appearance of Scott Lang, who eventually becomes Ant-Man, who we know in the MCU. But pause it right there. We got a John Byrne signature in the house.
I see it right there on Iron Man's leg.
Yeah, one of the super cool things about this book is it actually features both George Perez and John Byrne art. I only know 2 books that have both of them on it. Somewhat ironically, the interior of this is by John Byrne, and the cover is George Perez. And John was asked to sign it, and he signs this book regularly. He's signing over Perez's art, which is kind of interesting. So he usually signs it here on Iron Man's leg, or I've also seen him sign on Peter Garich's sleeve. If you go forward a little bit, there's actually a side-by-side, because what's incredible about this is George Perez does a splash page, or does the cover, and John Byrne does the exact same image as a splash page in the book. So I do a little side by side with the two images here. And right there it is. So I think just inch a couple more seconds forward and you'll get, oh, I thought I had it in the video. I don't want to bog us down too much. There it is, right there.
Is that it right there?
Yeah. So check it out. So it's basically the same image, right? The one on the right is John Byrne interior page, splash page. The one on the left, they commissioned Perez to do the cover. So I talk a little bit about why they would have done that. And I think it's just kind of really neat. We don't have, I mean, those are two of the hottest artists of the 70s and 80s. And of course, we lost Perez recently. And I'm kind of sentimental about it. So I really enjoyed that one. I think
that's a pickup, man. Did you?
Yeah.
And now, are there other books that you got from the Bronze Age that were? No, all right. So what's this final one right here? What? Oh, I know this one.
This one. I got two more actually. This one, not a lot of collectors know, but this is an important book, and it has been something I've been hunting for a long time. So this is 2001: A Space Odyssey number 8. This is written and drawn by Jack Kirby. And this is a stunning copy. I think this is 9/8 potential, white pages. And I was so thrilled to find this, that this was actually kind of the highlight of my pickups, even though I think for most people, they might be more excited about those other 3 books. But this first appearance of Machine Man. And then the last book I have is one that I think is also highly underrated. And that's the first appearance of Luke Cage, which is Hero for Hire number 1. You
picked this up at the shop.
Yeah, and I got a great price on it. It's a very nice, somewhere in the range of a 6.5 to a 7.5, something like that. I love this story so much. I think this is one of the absolute best Bronze Age first appearances. I think, like, hands down, this is so much better than the first appearance of the Punisher in ASM 129, or really, I'll put it up against any Bronze Age first appearance. So I actually do a panel by panel walkthrough essentially of this book. One of the things that I think is phenomenal about this book is, after you read this one issue, you know everything you need to know about Luke Cage. You know who he is, you know where he came from, you know why he is who he is, what motivates him. It's just such an incredible first appearance and origin, and more fans should know about it. So that was the last book
As a fan, I didn't even know that the owl card existed. I just learned that just now. The whiteness level.
So each of the books I go through, I talk about what is it, why do we care? So I talk about why it's a significant book, and then I go a little bit through my the quality of the book, like I give it a little grade, and then I talk about the market conditions, what you should expect to pay, what the fair market values are for raws and slabbed, all that kind of thing, and where there's opportunities where I can buy a book that maybe is underappreciated or that has some pressable defects, and maybe you can use some of those books to sell to buy something a little more important to you, a little bit of a flip, something like we've been talking about, so that you can make some more money to buy something bigger, or, whatever.
Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll put the link up to that video so people can come to your page. For those who don't know Dr. Paul, he specializes in paper conservation for comic books. He does some serious sorcery, guys. You need to go see it for yourself. All right, so let's pick up real quick where we left off at number 5. Again, guys, folks, it's going to be a hot list. Wait till you see numbers 4 through number 1. Oh yeah, John. I was thinking Eve Ewing, and it kept coming out Al Ewing, because Al Ewing is one of my favorite writers. It is written by Black Panther, is written by Eve Ewing. Eve Ewing is not a white man. But no, great story. I love the first issue. And number 4. All right. Number 4. Let's pull it up. This one, guys, if you've been following me, you already know Star Wars is such a hot property all the time. Like, Star Wars has a book come out, like Star Wars number 34, or whichever story it was, with Luke Skywalker breaking his lightsaber, and we're introduced to Dr. Quada. Like, these books fly off the shelf. This is the intro to a storyline called Dark Droids. From what I've read, it introduces a new element or a new figure, something called the Scourge, that has some kind of effect on the droids throughout the galaxy. So it reads like it's going to be some kind of story intermission where all of the droids, go crazy or something. But it sounds great. It sounds like it's going to introduce some new concept. What color is Luke's lightsaber here? What is that?
Right? Kind of orangish?
Yeah, Luke has when did he have an orange saber?
Not to my knowledge.
All right, so there's something.
And this is
something.
I think
And
this
what is the
droid in the
droid?
center, that's a droid holding 6 lightsabers, right?
Right, he's holding 6
they're-
lightsabers,
and
which is
they're
reminiscent
green?
of General Grievous.
Sort of, but they're all green. So either
all
he's
green.
good, or is this like what's left of General Grievous?
Dude, what is going on at all? Like,
I don't know. That's
the
pretty
F.
cool though.
Yeah, Dark Droid is definitely on the radar. We are actually looking at the 1 in 50 ratio variant. So this is a very particular cover. I chose this cover for those different elements. You got the droids looking crazy, looming in the background. You got Darth Vader. You get Luke with an orange saber, and then you get some
That's
killer
not accidental,
droid.
right?
No, it's not. Right.
So
With Star Wars, all the fans know every detail matters.
Yep. So that's going to be something. He's looking
Yeah, that's
grim
why-
too. That's about as grim as you ever see Luke looking.
Exactly. There's a lot going on with this. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it, and that's why it cracked the top 10. And that is why I put that at number 4.
Wow.
All right, folks. Here
What
we
if
go.
that is what's left of Grievous and Luke has to face
That would
it?
be cool.
Wouldn't it? What if it's what's left of Grievous and it's somehow animated by the Scourge?
Good Lord. I don't want to get carried away, but that sounds great.
Right?
That sounds amazing. All right. If that's the case, folks, you heard it here first on this show.
I don't know.
Coming in at a whopping number 3.
Whoa.
Yeah. We have Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, number 34. This introduces the debut of this creature here called the Star Weird.
Wow.
Yeah. When are Star Wars books never a hot property? So
This looks like a lich from Dungeons and Dragons,
it
actually.
does look like a lich. Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
It's
Hey,
some
guys, you know how it goes.
galactic-
A galactic lich. These Star Wars books, once the word gets out, it's game over. Like, people rush to the shops to get them. So look,
Yeah, too late.
here it is. It's on the top 10. It's the FOC. You got a 4-week head start. Aphra 34. This is the main cover. Open order. Put your orders in so you don't have to fuss when you get to the shop on New Comic Book Day. This drops, I think, July 16th or somewhere in mid-July. And Star Wars are very strong specs, especially when they introduce new characters.
Yeah, wow. That's a great cover, too. Very dramatic.
And yeah, and there's Luke again with an orange saber.
Kind of looks like it, right? Did he have a yellow one? Like his very first action figure was a yellow one. That one
Is that
looks
right?
almost yellowish.
So more yellowish
Yeah.
and not oranges.
The other one was clearly orange, though.
What number was that? Number 3?
Yes, sir.
All right, top 2, folks. All right, coming in at number 2. Number 2 was number 1 until number 1 became number 1. So now number 1 is now number 2. And coming in at number 2, if you don't know by now, surprise, 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 Void Rivals,
Wow.
all right, is Robert Kirkman's secret project where he unifies the G.I. Joe, Transformers, Hasbro properties into a shared universe and then expands it with creations of his own original design. So he's enfolding the Hasbro universe into his own comic book universe.
So we've been hearing about Hasbroverse for a long time, right? And it's Transformers, G.I. Joe. Is there one more other property or more than one other?
I'm
Those are
not
the
sure.
two
It's like
main ones,
I know
right?
it's Transformers, G.I. Joe. The universe is called the Energon Verse,
Oh, okay.
and it's expanded. The way Kirkman said it,
that's not gonna stick. It's gonna be called Hasbro Verse. But it's good to know technically what's correct.
this is number one, second printing, which features Jetfire. Now, I gotta say this, and shout out to my homeboy Mo. They released high ratios and variants featuring Jetfire at premium price, but they always do this. They slap them on the second print cover. So yeah, those Jetfire ratios are going for around $200 in some cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like a 1 in 100?
1 in 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think pound for pound, this is going to be the better purchase because open order, second print cover. It's got the Autobot symbol, Jetfire solo in all his glory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Void Rivals. And Jetfire was one of those big crowd favorites, fan favorites back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't have very many Transformers. I was getting a little bit old to play with toys. Also, They were expensive, and we didn't have a lot of money. And I had a couple. My brother had a few more, but he had friends in his class that had a lot of them, and I definitely remember going over to their houses and playing with them when they were fresh.
Yeah, man. No, I was a huge Transformers and G.I. Joe defined most of my childhood. So great. If anyone hasn't read it, issue number 1 is an amazing story. Great beginning. The Jetfire surprise towards the end of the story was just like mind blowing. And that brings us to number 1. Like I said, that was number 1 until the number 1 took its spot. And if this wasn't awesome enough, there's a second printing cover B.
Is this Hembeck?
I think it is. It really looks like it. I don't recall many second prints cover Bs.
Oh, man.
So listen, when you put these orders in, you got to specify second printing A and second printing B, or you won't get that cover. The artist for this is Oh, and by the way, these are all considered first appearances of the Energon Universe, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, look, there's so much promise with these properties. We've got to get excited that they're in the hands of somebody who's a proven winner, who knows how to develop these properties, right? That's freaking exciting. As I would love to see more great content from these two franchises.
And what's interesting? It's not that it's such an amazingly mind-blowing cover. It's just the niche collection, the collectability of it. Like, you have to get, when people are when completists like to get their collection, it's usually these covers are the ones that are the hardest to find. Because they're so obscure. A second print cover B, so you got to get out there, put your order in for that.
The classic example of that is go back and look at the Marvel 25th anniversary frame covers, right?
Yeah.
It was 80, what was it, 86, I guess? 61 plus 25. Yeah, 86.
Yes.
I mean, X-Men, Avengers, West Coast Avengers, Alpha Flight, those are easy, right? But there's people that want all those frame covers, and I don't remember exactly how many there are, like 28 or whatever. Man, try to get the Muppets. That thing's $200.
Is that right?
Or try to get Droids or Smurfs or one of those. Yeah, they're crazy expensive to get one of those books now, right?
Heathcliff. So it was the Marvel animated books, and they had the 25th anniversary frame.
That 25th anniversary frame went across the whole line that month, right? And so, again, they were printing a lot of G.I. Joe and, X-Men, all that stuff. Those are easy to get. Some of those are dollar bin books. But try to find the Heathcliff with the Marvel 25th anniversary frame. It's $200, right? So that's to me is one of the best examples of what you're talking about right now, which is when a completionist wants all these covers, it's sometimes the funky, weird one that didn't get printed very much is actually the most valuable, the most sought after. And it becomes kind of almost like the ultimate niche collectible, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? When I put the list together, I always say I don't want to make the list top heavy. Like it can't just automatically be the hottest covers number one. Sometimes the book that you really need to go out. Perfect example, when they announced Spider-Man 7 second printing. That was Spider-Boy's first cover.
Yeah.
The show immediately that night is when I put the list out and said, hey, this is just announced. Second print, 1 in 25 variant. And yeah, it turns out that ended up being the hottest one. So let's do a quick recap. And we're going to close the show out. I just want to throw this list together and get it out there for you guys. Number 10, Alice Never After. Boom Studios. Great story, guys. Great artwork. Awesome story. Beautiful covers. Jenny Frison fans, you'll love her covers for that. Spider-Gwen. Rose Besh. What If Dark.
Nice.
That's the one to get. Extreme Venomverse number 5. You have to get that Jeff Landshark variant. Peach killed it. She kills it on that one.
Unreal.
Coming in at number 7, JTC. As Wayne said, not enough negative.
Well,
hey,
okay.
It's
I'm going to see if I can buy this jacket, though.
The jacket, huh? It's not going to look as cool on you, though. Coming in at number 6, Deadpool Batter Blood. That is the Liefeld variant featuring brand new character on her solo cover, Shatter Storm. Breaking the top 5, Black Panther number 2, La Roca variant. That's a 1 in 25. Guys, get that as early as you can. Get it before the price goes up. And then, of course, the main cover features the new character, Baisa. She looks pretty awesome. Cracking top 4, Dark Droids, Star Wars, always hot. This is the 1 in 50 ratio. I'll have more information on Instagram if you haven't seen it yet. But number 3, again, Star Wars stays hot.
Damn.
Dr. Aphra, number 34, the debut of Star Weird, as you called it. What'd you call it?
The intergalactic lich.
Lich, the intergalactic lich. And these are the 2 that I'm going to definitely go after. Void Rivals, second printing featuring Jetfire.
Yeah.
And if that's not enough,
is it Fred Hembeck?
I believe so. Second printing, guys, there's a cover B for the second printing. So make sure you get those orders in for both of them. Yeah.
Unreal.
This is just so funky. I love this.
J-Dub, how do this list is, we got Salvador La Roca, Rose Besh, JTC, Peach Momoko. Somehow you got Rob Liefeld on the list. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Fred Hembeck. Forget about it.
Well, if it's not Hembeck, it's someone doing a great
That is an incredible list.
It's a great list, right? Yeah, that's why we had to do tonight's show, man. Get it out there.
Absolutely, had to.
Yeah, I tried it like this week. I couldn't buy all the books I actually ordered. I tried to do a live sell because I get too many. What happens? I go crazy and I order all these FOC books, and I got this big stack of beautiful key books in near mint condition, and I'm running out of room. And with this list, listen, I put in this order for Black Panther. I ordered 2 of these 1 in 25s. I think I got them early at like $30, $35 a piece.
Wow.
I pre-ordered issue number 2. I got like 5 copies of that at like $2 and something on a pre-order. I ordered like 5 copies of this, Dr. Aphra 34 with the Star Weird. And this one, Extreme, I just found out about this a few days ago, so I'm going to order some of those tonight. Wow. And that one, I love that so much. That's just excellent. Which one is your favorite from this week?
For me, the highest impact is that JTC blade.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I like a lot of these. I really do like that Black Panther as well.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit torn because the first appearance isn't on the cover. And I think just this, and I think even though this is insane, the black and the red looks so dramatic as well that I like that I slightly prefer the blade cover. But both of these.
So you prefer Blade over Black Panther because of the red?
So. Yeah,
Dude,
I think so.
So much red.
Yeah, but I think this one, if I could only buy one book from this list,
it would be the Blade.
I think it'd be this one.
Just
on the cover fire, just because I love it that much.
There hasn't been too many red covers like this.
Right.
With so much red on it.
Yeah.
That's like looking at the edge, most of the edge is red.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The outer edge, red. The top, red. And then smack in the middle, black.
Yeah, this is a great composition.
Yeah.
So for me, it's those two books, and I don't know, it's close, but I slightly prefer this one.
So for me, it's going to be Spider-Gwen because, I'm a huge Rose Besh fan. It's going to be Jeff. I can't wait to see a Venomized Jeff. And because it is no surprise, I'm a huge fan. What do I always say? I'm a huge fan of second prints if ... they have original
new
artwork.
Cover art. Yep,
brand new cover art.
Need it.
Brand new cover art. So these two are going to be on the top of my list. Void Rivals had a very strong start. I can't wait to see where it goes. And there we have it. It's out there, folks. So
awesome.
You know what to do. Get your orders in. Anything else you want to talk about before we close out?
Hey, man, thank you for having me on. Thank you for sharing the list. Thank you for all the work you put in. I appreciate it. I know the viewers do too. And let's just say, have a great weekend, everybody, and take care of one another.
Sounds good to me. That's a great way. Hey, both of our follows for Instagram are underneath our names. Check out our page. We try to squeeze so much information under an hour. And today we got in at around 50 minutes. And this was a shorter show. I wanted to go through the list a little quicker. But, man,
perfect.
There's way more information on our Instagram pages, especially on Dr. Paul's YouTube page. So the amount of information he has there, I'll put his link in this description. And let's get out of here. Dr. Paul, stick around after this show so we can talk about some stuff. And the rest of you guys, catch you out on Instagram.
Bye, y'all.